We were doing some really good things in Nashville. I mean, really building something in the 2 years that I was there. And then they were going through some changes. They dropped out of the A League for a little bit. And so I was looking for a new team. And, my coach at the time had let me know about Pittsburgh. It was going to be a new team and it was going to be their inaugural season. And, so I was like, I'm interested to find out more. And I think it was about a day or two later, John Kowalski gave me a call and was just kind of talking about the Hounds. And I think at the time they were the River Dogs.
Once I heard about the team, is exciting. My story kind of started. I finished school and then tried out with the Hampton Roads Mariners, and actually got cut maybe like the day before the season started. It was like right at the last second. I did go before I tried out. I actually went down and played with Kowalski. He invited me and a friend down to practice with the Mutiny when he was down there. So that was the first time I really got to, connect with John. I knew him before that, but really got to know him a little better. And so by that next year, I was trying to think, I wanted to play. What am I going to do? And then once I heard Pittsburgh was starting a team, I was like, well, and I got a call from Dave Casper about signing. Like, it couldn't have been more perfect, really.
It was kind of crazy because Dave Casper, who was the general manager at the time, contacted me and said, Paul, we're putting together the Riverhounds organization, outdoor soccer team, and we want you to be a part of it. He kind of like set it up for me. John Kowalski's going to be the coach. We want you here as assistant coach and youth development director. And I said, I'll be over there in a minute. And because I always knew this game could happen in Pittsburgh.
They made it the best they could make it. They made the game days really exciting. I thought they were pretty exciting. We drew some good fans. The fans, was one of the things I just loved about Pittsburgh was, they were just some diehard fans, and they're probably still there.
That was the biggest thing for me. The fans, they were such good fans in the indoor game. I knew they were out there, and I knew they would love the outdoor game too once we got into it.
What are your biggest memories of that first year at Bethel Park and just, the launch year and what made you think, at this point, we've really got something getting started here?
Wow, what a fantastic memory that is of coming to the first game and the place being absolutely jam-packed. I think there was 5,400 people there, which, it's kind of like the Riverhounds Stadium. Probably that stadium holds a little bit more, but the atmosphere there was absolutely fantastic. And I used to think as a assistant, I wasn't playing, but I knew that these players, if you're going to play for the crowd, this is what you want. The stadium packed, don't matter how big it is, but the atmosphere, and it'll bring the best out of you. We'll know, you'll know if you're a player, if you want to go there and play.
Yeah, I mean, Open Cup is up there. The Rapids, the Chicago game in Chicago, we lost 3-2, and I think it was an OT. Those are memorable games playing MLS teams for sure. And I think the biggest memory though is like walking down into Bethel Park Stadium, before the games. Just the excitement of soccer in Pittsburgh was something I will always remember for sure.
I didn't realize that Pittsburgh was such a big soccer city. I was thinking there were football, hockey, baseball, everything but soccer. But I was pleasantly surprised when I got there that the soccer community was pretty big. But John really convinced me to come in and be the goalkeeper, and the relationships I built there were just it's something that's going to stay with me for my lifetime. And every now and then I talk to Justin. I haven't seen him since I left Pittsburgh, but it's one of those things where you talk to somebody after 20 something years, and it doesn't seem like we've missed a day, because we were just that close. And and it was hard to tell then, what the team was going to be like, because we were in the moment. But having looked back at the foundation that he had set, with that team, and bringing in guys like Gary DePalma, guys like Justin Evans, David Flavius, T-Bone, Tintinua Bonesu, who was with us for a few years, myself, it's just an incredible job putting together foundational pieces that was just going to set the foundation of that team for years to come. And
we started off with Kowalski and Childs, and that group, was in the A League and doing well, really kind of set a standard.
And Gino, Coach Gino, super close with him, and so him not being able to be there, when I come down, is going to be sad, because he was a great mentor for me, not only as my goalkeeper coach with the Hounds, but I was with him for, I don't know how many years, 3 or 4 years with his high school team.
Yeah, well, I think of one is the personalities that were together. I think John Kowalski himself is a big personality and was definitely our leader about, being hard-nosed on the field, but also having fun when it was time to have fun, kind of thing. And guys like Justin, who were leaders, and Randy were also guys who were serious, and we knew when we had to work, but we also knew when we could sit back and enjoy ourselves and joke around. And I think that group, I've been on a lot of teams, and those first couple of years, that group was just a good fit of personalities and people.
Most of the great memories that I had didn't involve me being on the soccer field. It was all the other stuff. It was the barbecues with the team. It was the going to the hundreds of school assemblies, to doing a school assembly in front of hundreds and thousands of kids.
And we've got a coach now, Bob Lilly, who I coached and played with, and he has the same ideas, and I think he wants to see the stadium grow, the fan base grow, and the players grow with them. It's fantastic, because you're a builder. So I'm going into the Hall of Fame here as a builder. Now I realize what a builder is. Wow, this could happen, and I see it now, and I just know that it's going to get bigger and grow and grow.
And I remember John and Paul stepping into the locker room, and immediately John turned around and stepped out. And so I felt like, well, I guess I got to keep going, because, John, I think, saw that I was giving the team a little love, and, so he wanted me to continue to give him some love. And, but I felt like for us, it was a little bit of a turning point, because we went out of that second half and we balled out, and it was almost like, okay, yeah, we are good. Like we just didn't realize it because we were so young. We didn't know, and I just remember, Gino coming up to me after the game, and he was like, that's exactly what the team needed.
It is cool, like that, because when I still played and I think about it, it's still very new. So, those records, obviously all the guys I played with had all those records because we were the first team. But to still see names like my name being there. I know Flavius is in there for lots of things. It is neat to see it over the longevity of the Riverhounds. And I think it's just awesome to have, 25 years of soccer, consistent soccer in Pittsburgh.
Justin, what's up? He's like, you were just inducted. I was like, wow.
It's a fantastic honor.
To hear the news from him was very special.
Yeah, so when Justin called me, it was just such a huge honor. But to be a part of the Riverhounds their first 5 years, and now to be recognized as a player that made a difference there, that means a lot to me, because soccer has been my life, and the Riverhounds was probably my favorite team to ever play on. And
it's just great to be able to be recognized and fans still even remember me playing with the Spirit. You know, most of the parents that come up to me bring a kid that's like 3 or 4 years old and say, hey, you got to get this guy's autograph because he was poor child and he was on the field with him and this kind of thing.
So truly shocked and just humbled and honored, really, to be a part of this franchise.